Hey guys, it's Carly from All the Pretty Books, and welcome to Collector's Corner, the place for those who are wanting to learn more about the nuances and finer points of collecting Harry Potter books. Today we're going to discuss the first edition Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, what's rare, what's valuable, and what values are so that way you know where to put your hard-earned dollars. Like most Harry Potter books, there's a lot of confusion over the first edition Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, so what we're going to do today is just talk a little bit about it to help dispel some of it. There's a lot going on, so it's going to be content heavy. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments below. Write me an email through my website. Find me on Instagram. If you don't mind, I can help you sort this out before you spend your hard-earned money on a book that's not worth it. I hate having to tell people that what they've showed me isn't what they think they've bought, and it happens, guys. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone was originally published by Bloomsbury in 1997. From there, the first edition quickly went into reprint before finally going out of print many years later. Now, given how many reprints and how many lookalikes there are in the marketplace, it's easy to understand the confusion that surrounds the first edition. The first print, first edition Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone is the one that the collectors want. That said, the first print was issued in soft and hardcover. The books were printed at the same time, so they're both considered first print, first editions. That said, there are 5150 or 5,150 softcover first prints that were all sent to bookshops. There were 500, just 500 hardcover Philosopher's Stone first prints. 300 were sent to libraries around the UK, and 200 were sent to bookshops. And of those 500, the hardcover that was sent to the bookstore, that was very rarely read or read lightly, and shows up now in an auction in very good condition or thereabouts, is considered a holy grail item or Harry Potter item. It's what all the collectors really want. They're so limited, they're so hard to find in that good of condition because so many of them are read to pieces. Literally, I've seen books that are taped together, the spines are taped together because they've been so well read. The books weren't made to be valuable, they were made to be consumed, and they were. So they weren't made super well. And you see that in these hardcover first prints. The edges will be rounded, the boards have all faded to white or been rubbed off, and it's fascinating because these can still get quite a bit of money at auction. In fact, in September of last year, there was an auction for a first print, first edition hardcover Philosopher's Stone that sold for about $81,000 in about very good condition, and that is just incredible. It set the market way high, and then to back it up, in a few months later we had a very well-read library book sell for about $40,000. So the first print, first edition books, hardcovers, go very high now. The values have just skyrocketed in the past year, year and a half. And back to the first print Philosopher's Stone, both the hardcover and the softcover are identical with the exception of the hard and soft covers. The hardcover was issued without a jacket. In fact, the first hardcover Philosopher's Stone to be issued with a jacket was the third print. First and second prints don't have jackets. The first print, first edition Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone has a Wendy Cooling quote here at the bottom. The second print hardcover and prints 2 through 5 of the softcover also have the Wendy Cooling quote. In the copyright page, you'll see a typo that says Thomas Taylor No Space 1997. This isn't found only in the first prints, but in early prints, but it must be in the first print. You'll also see a 1 through 10 number line, which is also called the complete or full number line by book collectors, which means 1 through 10. The 1 indicates a first print. That must be there. If it's 2 through 10, it's a second print. And you'll sometimes see people say that it's a first print and they'll have some story that goes along with it why the 1 is gone. The 1 has to be there for a first print. That's how these books were made. On the first edition, first print Philosopher's Stone by Bloomsbury, you'll see up here that it says Hogwarts School of Wizardry and Witchcraft. That was changed on second prints onward to say Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. And then down here, you'll see that there's also a typo. They misspelled philosopher. They forgot the second O. The most famous first edition point is page 53, where you see the 1 wand typo. 1 wand was written twice. And you'll see people on eBay or other collector sites and, oh, very rare book, 1 wand error. And it's like a 30th print. Book isn't rare. The 1 wand error does not make a book rare. That error alone adds no value, because what happened was the first print, both hard and soft cover, has the 1 wand error. That was removed in prints, then the second prints onward. So second print hardcover on, 2 through 5 soft cover with the windy cooling quote on didn't have the 1 wand error, and that matters. And that matters later, and I'll explain later why it does. Somewhere along the way, that typo found its way back into the book, but it wasn't until a lot later. And I have not yet seen a Canadian Philosopher's Stone without it. Meaning, every Canadian Philosopher's Stone that I've seen has this 1 wand error. So there are millions of Canadian books alone with this. There are many, many, many UK Philosopher's Stone books with this 1 wand error also. So the error alone cannot add value. The only book where the 1 wand error has any value is in the first print. So we'll get back to the 1 wand error in a minute. We're going to go on to discuss the Ted Smart books. I've had people ask me about the Ted Smart editions and where they fall into this. So Ted Smart is a secondary publisher of Harry Potter and other books. They don't just do Harry Potter. They were licensed for a little bit to publish the Harry Potter books. The first Ted Smart Philosopher's Stone was published in 1998, and you'll see on the copyright page, it reads, this edition made for the book people or something along those lines, 1998. And it'll say book people on the copyright page, it'll say Ted Smart on the spine here, and it'll say Ted Smart on the title page. It won't say Bloomsbury. Also, this little Bloomsbury dog logo will be missing on the Ted Smarts. Ted Smarts are cool, and if you want to collect them, that's fine. But don't go spending a lot of money thinking that you're buying something rare or valuable. Even the first print Ted Smart doesn't carry a lot of value outside of eBay. And you'll get a lot of people who say they're printed at the same time, or they're equally rare, their valuers are equal, something along those lines. None of them are true. So you have to bear in mind, it's a secondary publisher. It's not what the high-end collectors really want. And outside of eBay, it really has no significant value. So if you want to buy a first print, make sure really not to overpay. For me, it's a hard one to estimate or to value because I don't value the Ted Smarts very highly. It's not what I collect. Even in fine, I wouldn't have one in my collection. And it's just not my interest. I really go with the first edition, first print, and Ted Smart isn't a first edition. It's a later edition or a secondary edition, but it's certainly not a first because the first edition is your Bloomsbury. So a quick note on scammers, and it goes back to the 1 wand error also. Anytime there's a lot of money involved, there's people there waiting to take your money. It's true for most facets of Harry Potter collecting, which is sad, I know, but still a problem. And it's one you have to be ready to watch out for and not just buy because the buyer, or not just buy because the seller says it is what it is. You have to know what it is that you're buying. So scammers have come in and they've made these fake books. A fake book consists of at least 2 different Harry Potter books rebound to make one very fake first print. And how does that work? So they usually take the copyright page, a first print copyright page from a very well read first print, usually soft cover, and they rebind it into either a second print hardcover, or sometimes a later print hardcover, or even a better condition later print soft cover that still has the windy cooling quote on the front of the wraps. So it's harder to detect. Remember that the 1 wand error in page 53 was corrected in those early prints. So they also have to rebind that page from the first print in. So one of the things that you do when you're shopping is you make sure that the book, this is a first print, first edition Philosopher's Stone, You make sure that the pages age in the same. Like, it looks like they're all aging the same. There's nothing that doesn't belong. And that matters. I've seen a rebound fake book, and you can see the page 53. It sticks out. It's a whole different page color. It doesn't yellow with the rest of the book because it wasn't involved in the rest of the book. It was put in there. And you could also see the copyright page when you looked at it from this side. So it's one of those things that you have to look out for if you're shopping for one. You always have to check the edges, make sure that it's all wearing the same, because if it doesn't, chances are it could be a rebind. And you check the binding. Make sure that it doesn't look like it's been taken apart at the seams. And you can just look at it and kind of tell. I wish I could give more information. It's one of those you have to kind of spot. So to recap, most first edition Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stones are not valuable. There's too many of them made for that to be the case. So if you want to collect them, fine. Just know that most of them aren't going to be valuable. So really be careful about how you spend your money. The one wand error alone does not add value to the book. Again, there's too many books with the one wand error. So that error alone doesn't make the book valuable, despite what you'll read on eBay and the articles that were written up about it. It's not the case, and I'm sorry. The first print, first edition Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, the really valuable one, must be published by Bloomsbury, not Ted Smart, and it must be printed by Clays in the UK, not somewhere in Australia, and not somewhere in Canada. Those are Canadian and Australian editions, and they're different. They look very similar. They're different in value. So make sure to check the copyright page about not only who the publisher is, but where it's printed. Make sure that it's Clays UK. The first print, first edition Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone must have the Wendy Cooling quote here on the bottom. No other quotes were issued on the first prints, only the Wendy Cooling quote. That quote has to be there. If you see somebody advertising a first print without the Wendy Cooling quote, move on. It's not a first print. Alrighty guys, that's it for this segment of Collector's Corner. I hope you found it useful. If you have any questions about collecting Harry Potter books, you're welcome to put them in the comments below. You can check out my website, or you can find me on Instagram. Don't forget that from now until November 30th, I'm holding a wonderful giveaway for the Harry Potter Funko Pop Advent Calendar for one of my lucky subscribers. To enter, all you have to do is subscribe. And I'm holding another giveaway that ends December 15th for the 20th anniversary box set illustrated by Brian Selznick. And don't forget to check out my Instagram, as I have lots of giveaways over there as well. With that, I say thanks for watching and happy collecting.